Alright, let me get this shit up there, man. It's 10:40. Why the fuck are we even going to start this so goddamn late? Better late than motherfucking now. Hey, good evening, everybody. Y'all give me just 1 second. Let me pull some stuff up on here real fast. We got a very interesting show for y'all broadcast for y'all tonight, and we damn sure not gonna hold you all that long since we late. I want to do this show broadcast earlier, but I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I had to get out and hustle all last night to make sure things were straight, and as you all can see, we came very close to what we need, close enough. Well, boy was like, fuck it, man. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Y'all give me 1 second, and we're gonna go hard in the paint on this video for y'all. Asking the question. I'm gonna go ahead and ask. I think we got 3 hard in the paint on this video. I think we got 3 people watching at this moment. I'm gonna ask y'all 3 people, well, 5 now. What's the worst thing that ever happened to the black community here in America? What the fuck? I wasn't expecting that to happen. But I'm gonna go ahead and ask y'all this question. What was the worst thing to actually happen to the black community in America? I'm gonna give y'all a chance to think about that, and I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, the answer. The worst thing, it's gonna be something that you least expect. But first and foremost, again, let me say this before we go in and fall. We were blessed. I was blessed last night. I'm gonna give y'all some real game. Y'all have heard the saying before. There's 2 types of people in this world. There's 2 types of people in the world. Hey, HSS, what's going on, my brother? Glad you can be here. Let me need you to be a moderator for us. Help remind people to hit the share button and the like button, because again, I found out we are being throttled by YouTube. What is happening is our channel is actually growing. I mean, the number of people that have been watching our videos was increasing, and the number of people subscribing to our channel was increasing to the point we had under 50 people in just 1 month less than a month to subscribe to our channel. Now we have become eligible for monetization under YouTube, but in order to keep from monetizing this channel, and because of the content that we put out, YouTube has gone back to throttling our channel, meaning they're pushing us down in the analytics. So we need you all to help us remind people, because a lot of people have been reaching out to me saying, man, when are you going to do a show again? I'm like, I just did one other day. Like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't get no notification. They're not letting you be being notified. And they're also to the point where they're not letting people actually view some of our last few videos. They burned down Black Wall Street. And you're on point, HSS, because Black Wall Street is the prime example of the worst thing that ever happened to black people in America. Well, let me go back to saying, there's 2 types of people in this world. People that sit around and wait for shit to happen, or people that go out there and make shit happen. I've come to realize that if I sit around and wait for certain shit to happen or certain people to support us financially, I would be fucking homeless, broke, and hopeless and helpless and hungry. With that being said, this channel does not support itself. So what I'm going to do after I finish this video, and it's going to be very briefly, I'm going to go back. I'm going to download a lot of these YouTube shows, our biggest YouTube shows, and convert to audio form, and I'm gonna also go and do my own radio show, Real News Behind News on Blog Talk, and I'm going to spend the rest of the night uploading them to Anchor, where we're going to be doing our new podcast. Keep in mind, I'm still going to do this show, this broadcast on YouTube, but it's not going to be, put it like this, it's going to be like it is now, inconsistent as fuck, because just by uploading everything and getting you all to come to Anchor and listen to our podcast, the show will automatically generate revenue. Whereas if we can get the number that we was getting every week from YouTube and Facebook to listen to our Anchor podcast, we can make $100 a week easily just by doing an Anchor podcast. So that way I ain't got to sit up here and keep asking people, please hit the cash out button, which really right now, matter of fact, I do need you on the cash out button, because even though I was able to make up what I need, some of what I need, I'm still behind. Only $30 though. I went out there last night and got it. I ain't had to spend about just say 6 hours out there, and I got what I needed. Because again, I'm not gonna sit around and wait for shit to happen. I make shit happen. And thanks to Jason Bolden, the dogs are fairly taken care of. But I'm hungry as fuck right now, and I still owe $30. And anyway, though, please hit the cash out. Now with that being said, fuck it. I'm not gonna ask you no more. Hoping our moderators will keep informing people. But let's get this show on the road. I asked a question just a moment ago. Hey, Akeem the Great, what's going on? Salute to you, my brother. You have been a very good voice on this channel. I thank you for your support, man, because I do realize everybody on this channel are not financially in a situation to help this channel stay supportive. But just by you all being here on a consistent basis, just by you all commenting like Akeem the Great, HSS, a lot of others, you all give me inspiration to keep doing what I'm doing. So like I say, even though we might get on Anchor and start making $200-300 a week, we're not going to forsake our YouTube channel. So again, the question is, what's the worst thing that ever happened to black people in America? I asked that question. Again, HSS, he responded. He said something. Hold on, please. HSS, say please. See right now, HSS. They with that comment you just made, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, hit the cash app. They blocked it. They had it, whereas I had to actually go in there and physically allow that comment to be shown. YouTube does not want to pay me. This is why they're not allowing you all to be notified. It's called throttling. We talked about censorship, and I don't know why black people especially, but really all people in America, but black people in particular, don't understand censorship. But like I said last night, if they can fucking take Donald Trump totally off social media and censor a sitting president, what the fuck chance do you and I think we have? Say the wrong thing on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and watch how fast they block your shit, ban you from the shit. If nothing else, suspend you for a few days. But let's go back. There's so much bad thing happening to our community. But yes, sir, Akeem the Great. But you know the worst thing that ever happened to the black community outside of slavery, chattel slavery, the prison industrial complex, and all that shit leads to what I'm talking about to this point. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the answer. Give me a second. You get your ass back over there. Chop. Sit. Stay. Sit. Stay. Good girl. I'm gonna give y'all the answer. Believe it or not, the worst thing to ever happen to the black community in America was integration. Bam! Bam! Integration was the worst thing that ever happened to us as a people. Outside of the physical slavery, that chattel slavery that we was in, once they freed us, I'm going to show you what happened. Remember, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, after he had accomplished all these great motherfucking things, and so gaining civil rights for black people, gaining all this stuff for us, when he sat back and thought about it, He said, I'm afraid I have integrated my people into a burning house. Now, HSS, who that mentioned Black Wall Street? HSS, you mentioned Black Wall Street. Guess what? Black Wall Street was a result of segregation, which allowed them to thrive and prosper because we were spending money with ourselves and amongst ourselves. We were created. Let me show you. There's 4 pillars for any community, any city, any country, any nation, or whatever. But there's 4 pillars that you have to be self-sufficient as a community or society or whatever. I feel like people into exactly Jason Bowler. And Jason, I really want to appreciate what you did the other day because the dogs are fed. I'm hungry but the dogs are fed. So again, y'all hit the cash out. That's why they integrate. Exactly. Now let me give y'all a game. I'm gonna show y'all some real game before I go on a little bit. Martin Luther King Jr., as long as he was preaching nonviolence, the system of white supremacy did not give a fuck because they looked at him like, nigga, we don't give a fuck if you do get violent. We will deal with your ass. Malcolm X was preaching, you kill my dog, I'll kill your cat. The white supremacy system was like, we don't give a fuck because if you even think about trying, motherfucker, we own the police, the military, and everything. We will knock you off and you will disappear and we will erase history to the point you will not even be known in history. But when it was Martin Luther King and Malcolm X came together, because you got to realize right before they both were assassinated, they started to hook up. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X started to collaborate more and more. And their message was teaching black people about the value of our economic power. Today, black people are the biggest motherfucking consumers in America. And guess what? We spend this shit outside of our neighborhoods. Whereas, right after slavery, those who did not desire to venture out, whoever stayed on master plantation and be sharecroppers, those people found themselves having to depend on each other. So what they did, they created their own community. And there's 4 pillars. Y'all give me just 1 second. Let me put this dog here up. Child, come, get inside. I can't have you rolling around right now. Fucking up shit. Sit your little pretty self down, little pretty girl. Can't have you come around here fucking up shit. No. Sit down. Let Dad finish this up. All right. I apologize, y'all. And again, I'm gonna keep mentioning it as an after fact, but please, y'all, we really need y'all. I'm hungry. Hit that cash out button. I went out there and made what we need to happen to have a place to stay. That's why I'm here. And as appreciation for doing what I do, I'm doing this show, blessing y'all with this game, this particular game. But again, the 4 pillars. Let me ask you all a question. And I want to see if we're gonna get an answer before I give y'all the answer. What are the 4 main pillars that any community, any society, or any group has to have to make themselves totally self-sufficient and independent of any other group or external help or organization? I'll wait for a second. Anyway, let me go ahead and give you all the answer. There's 4 pillars that you have to be self-sufficient as a community, race, society, neighborhood, country, city, or whatever. HSS, don't give me any credit. I look at my donations at time. Yeah, because, hey, HSS, your donations, like I said another thing, your donation, this keyboard, this mouse, and the other stuff that you sent was basically a blessing, because that's damn near $40 to $50 worth of shit that I don't have to go out and buy. Because before you gave me this keyboard, I could even type on the top line where you got your Q, W, E, R, all the way down to P. My keyboard was fucked up. Bank school, how? Hey, Jason Bolden, give Jason Bolden a pack of strawberries now, ladies, because he just told you the answer. Not churches. No, fuck churches. You don't need no motherfucking churches. You need banks, you need schools, you need hospitals, but there's one more, way important than the church. You don't need no motherfucking churches to be self-sufficient. Actually, the church is one of the things that's fucking us up. But you need banks, schools, hospitals, and grocery stores. Yeah. So scratch churches, brother Jason, because that shit is the least thing we need, right? We don't need no motherfucking more brainwashing, because that's what churches do to your neighborhood. Churches take more money out of your neighborhood and don't give shit back. But you need banks, schools, hospitals, and motherfucking grocery stores. You need schools first and foremost so you can educate your people in their language, their culture, their heritage, without having to go to these public schools, which is nothing more than gladiator camp, and be indoctrinated into an inferior status and a role, because that's what public schools really do. They indoctrinate your children. Think about it. Public schools are pushing homosexuality more than any other entity that we deal with in America. You also need your banks to loan you money to help build your community up. And again, fuck a church, because a church every Sunday gets your money in tithes and offering and take it to a white bank on Monday who will not even allow you to get a fucking loan. So public schools, are bullshit. You need your own schools to educate your people in their heritage and all their culture. Create your own culture. You need banks to create a financial system that will allow you to build an infrastructure for your community through the lending of money and resource to purchase capital and resources to build your community. You need fucking hospitals. I see a lot don't understand our ancestors were the skill. Exactly. Our ancestors at one point helped build the motherfucking pyramids. They had math and science way before the Anglos even understood the shit. Who do you think taught them Anglos over in Europe during the Dark Ages or the Renaissance about math and science? Where do you think Freemasonry began, and where they get their knowledge from? From the Moors, the black people. They looked to us for math and science way back then. But let's go back. What about? I told you why you need schools, to educate your children in their culture, in their language, their heritage, even their spiritual beliefs. You need banks, most importantly, to create financial infrastructure where you yourselves now can go and loan and borrow money to create infrastructure and businesses for your community. You need you need hospitals to treat your people for these motherfucking gunshots and shit that we're getting. You gotta realize just in Chicago they had 35 motherfucking people to get shot this weekend. I think 18 died. I visited Chicago once or twice. Once I was there for a couple of days. The second time I just drove through, stayed for a few hours. But Chicago right now is a nice place to visit, but you wouldn't want to live in it, motherfucker. Because the only person, the entity that's making the most money in Chicago, the institution, is the motherfucking hospital. Because niggas are shooting niggas left and right in Chicago. And them niggas sit up there and brag about the shit as killer shy or murder capital. Why the fuck would you brag on your city being the motherfucking murder capital of the United States? That's the dumbest shit. You would think we as black folk would want to, every other race, brag on our city as being the place where more people are educated and sent to college. Our city is the number one place for people starting businesses. Niggas brag about their city being the motherfucking murder capital. Dumbest shit I ever heard. But that's why you need hospitals. Self-sufficiency. Again, you got schools for educating yourself without having another race of people, white supremacy or whatever, brainwashing you and indoctrinating you. You need motherfucking banks to create loans to help build the infrastructure. You need hospitals for when motherfuckers shoot each other or to just help cure your cancers and shit like that, because black people was using motherfucking herbal medicines and holistic medicines way before we even came here slaves. And notice now, they don't even want you to know anything about holistic and herbal medicine. Because guess what? If you was able to cure yourself, there wouldn't be no need for this white capitalist hospitals and medical system. They wouldn't make no money. And the grocery stores last because you'll be able to feed your motherfucking self. Good job. Good answer, HSS. Those are the four pillars you have to have. Think about this, HSS. Going back to the house, Ben Jones. What about nowadays? You can't say we, the laborers today, at all, and haven't been. Like what? Hello, can't just. Okay, let me read it from here. What about nowadays? You can't say we the laborers today at all. We haven't been. Like this. One side of the guy to tell, all right, well, let me tell you the motherfucking truth. Ben John, do you realize why we're not the laborers today? Because niggas, Negroes, black people, however you want to classify, are sitting around here championing illegal immigration. You sitting around here championing for a bunch of motherfucking people who will not piss on you if you was on fire to put you out. And at the same time, do you realize they are driving down the wages? They're coming here getting loans and other motherfucking resources that we will not be even able to think about getting, and just drive around your city every motherfucking day. You have many black contractors, qualified contractors in your city to help do some of these infrastructure jobs, but guess who they're giving them to? These motherfucking illegal immigrants, or whether they might be legal immigrants, but they are hiring their people who come across the border illegally in jobs that work for $15, $20 an hour are now $8 an hour. Less than that, really, because they can get 5 of their motherfucking people that come from Mexico illegally and pay them $5 an hour cash. And it's killing black business. It's not just killing black business, but white people understand that it's killing their business because it's driving down the labor wages. But we are sitting around here and talking about these people coming over here for a better life. They deserve an opportunity when we the only motherfuckers to come here against our will. Built this motherfucking country for them. And today, only loan we can get is a high interest rate ass student loan. Plain and simple. That's the real game. This is why we're not the laborers that we once were, because they don't fucking need us no more. A skilled black laborer will not be able to stand a chance against a fucking immigrant coming here who's willing to work for $4, $5 an hour when you're going to demand $25 an hour for your skill. Plain and simple. We don't have to do another show about immigration because black people have been so indoctrinated. Their struggle, their plight is not ours at all. What the fuck does them coming over here illegally got to do with us? When we've been here legally, and our neighborhoods are the most fucked up. And I'm going to give you some game. You better watch out because when they come here, your government is putting these people up. Because again, we talked about this before. Let me give you a look at it. Inflation is on the rise, exactly. Your government is giving these people benefits and shit that we never had. Do you realize your government is literally taking your tax dollars paying to put these people up, flying them all across the country, first and foremost, putting them in hotels until they can actually get to where they want to go. Ben John says, it starts with owning up and changing our culture. Lack of care, education, drugs, and violence is the problem. Don't ask and go on and get it. In today's world, you can for sure. Now let me show you something where you're at. Ben John, we cannot make excuses because today you have educational opportunities available. We have resources that are available, but to be honest, most black people have no clue how to get there because they don't teach you this shit in your public schools. This is why you need your own motherfucking schools. These people know before they even come to America from across that border that if I get to America, all I have to do is get a green card. Jason Bowman, Mr. Robert, I believe most of us were already here. Jason, I know this for a fact. You're right. The majority of the slaves that were here in America were already here. Let me give y'all some real game that's gonna blow your motherfucking mind. Black people showed white people how to get here. What color was Christopher Columbus' navigator? Then he had 3 ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and Santa Maria. But the motherfucker that showed him how to get here was black. He was black. He was a black man. When Christopher Columbus now first landed in the West Indies, because again, they did not discover America. When he landed in the West Indies, his brother wrote in his diary, and it's an actual fact, he was shocked at all the motherfucking black people that were already here. My ancestors are black and Indian. My great-great-grandmother, full-blooded Cherokee. But on my mama's side, my daddy's side, they come from the West Indies. Our people was really already here. That's another point why you got to have your own school, because they don't teach you this shit. There were more black people already here than they brought from Africa. Most of the people that they brought from Africa died during the Middle Passage. Hold on. But by doing so, we lose the reparation fight. I'm going to show you something about reparations. Mr. Robert, Native Americans, Jesse Jackson came with the African American bullshit. Exactly. Because my great-grandmama and all our people got robbed. A whole portion of the city of Shreveport, half a portion of the city of Shreveport. My great-great-grandma, my grandparents owned that shit, that tribe. They were of the Cherokee tribe. And when you really look at real history and real photos, you're going to find that 3/4 of your native motherfucking Americans were black. Exactly, Jason Bo. That's why I love when y'all come on. I got one of the smartest audiences on YouTube. This is why they were trying to block me. Hold on. Ben Jones said, smoking weed, chilling, living on bare minimum. I know. And cool with it. Laughing like it's everywhere in Shreveport. Like that. Yeah, it is. But you got to realize that shit is part of your public schooling education. Because your public school is nothing more than a motherfucking gladiator indoctrination camp. That's really what your public school system are, Ben John. Do you think if they had me as a principal of the only black school in Shreveport, that shit would be like this? Fuck no. That's the one thing they don't want. Is us to get our own school. Think about it. Here in Shreveport and Caddo Parish, the white folks are moving more to independent schooling because they don't want their kids around us. Our kids are nothing more than cannon fodder for the penitentiary system, the school and prison pipeline. Most of them. Let me see. Yeah, thank you. Everyone enjoying the show tonight. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, we really need that. Please tell them to hit that cash out. We really need them to hit that cash out. Smoking that weed, chilling. But come on, man. That shit is indoctrinated into us. It's not just in the public school system, Brother Ben John. That shit is given to us on a day-to-day basis as black people through our movies, music, social media, and even our parents. Because the parents right now are the real reason why our kids are fucked up. Our parents are so screwed up, they don't really understand why it's important to support your local school and force real education as opposed to indoctrination. Most of these parents are sitting around here getting mad at me for cussing on Facebook and YouTube, and then sign off my channel and go listen to Mel Stallion, Meg the Stallion, and Cardi B tell their tell their daughters how to sell pussy. They go listen to NBA YoungBoy and all these other motherfuckers tell your sons how to sell dope and be gangsters. So part of that, a big part of that, Ben John, is the parenting. But if you had your own school, Mr. Robert, most don't know about the $5 Indian. They don't. Most people and black people don't have, again, they go back to your public schooling. In public schooling, they're going to talk about the red Indian. That's mostly because those motherfuckers mixed with the Europeans, the Vikings, and others who came over here and mixed their blood, DNA, and whatever, with the Indians that was already here. The black people. Jason Bowler, you on point. Most people have no clue that your real Native Americans were fucking black people. Ben John, it's Democratic and black ran Freeport. That's why there's no white bullshit. Ben John, let me ask you a question. Since you want to say that, you don't have a clue. How deep are you into politics? Because you know me. You from Freeport. You see me with all your politicians, all your motherfucking judges, your law, people that make motherfucking major decisions. Not bragging, but I'm around these people. Let me ask you, what is the committee of 100, Ben John? Ben John, since you think that since we got niggas in city council, parish commission, everything is pretty much a black faces as far as political power in Freeport. What is the committee of 100? Let me ask you that question. Who owns pretty much all your property? Who is the most powerful motherfucking person in Freeport, or just say Caddo Parish in Northwest Louisiana? I need you to answer that, Ben John, before I go any further with that, because Freeport police don't hardly fuck with folks no more like they used to. You know why Freeport police don't fuck with nobody no more? Because they are criminals their motherfucking selves. Do you realize just last year you have had 30 of them to be fired and brought up on charges for malfeasance? Okay, I can't help that they gay, but it's black run. Hey, Ben John, you're right. Because 3/4 of your motherfucking black politicians are homosexual. They got a real clique. It's a cabal. Literally, that's going on. You did right about that. Steve Prayer is the most powerful person in Freeport and Caddo Parish. That being said, do you realize those black people that you see at the face of Freeport politics don't give a fuck about real black people because they are controlled by the white people who give them their money? Ben John, you own it though. You own it, man. You are one of the smartest Negroes in this report because you know you have a bunch of homosexual political leaders who are controlled by that committee of 100. That committee of 100 is the most powerful white people really in America. Let me give y'all some game that y'all didn't know. Here's Freeport, Louisiana. Did y'all know Freeport at one time was a Confederate capital? During the Civil War and all that time, Freeport, Louisiana, when the rest of the South basically surrendered the capital, Freeport, Louisiana, never surrendered. Right now, Freeport is the center of financial power to your white supremacists throughout all America. That's where most of your money comes from your white supremacists, is held in these banks here in Freeport. Freeport has so much power, hidden power that you would never know. And we're going to do a show about that. Yeah. But they take it and fuck their own up. Exactly, Ben John. Now we on the same page. Now, you know what it is? These Negroes who got these nice shiny suits on and nice shiny shoes. You want to know one reason why? Think about this. Over the last 9 years, I done helped at least, at a bare minimum, 1/3, almost half of your black politicians get elected. Not bragging, but the shit is obvious. If you follow me, you can look on Facebook or whatever in real life and know this. You see this. You see them with me. You see me out there campaigning with You see me with your mayor, your city councilman, your parish commissioner. Guess what? I should have been the first person. Right now, they shouldn't even have to be on YouTube asking y'all to hit the cash app because I need $35. I shouldn't have to be on there. The Boulay, a community of 13 who really runs it all. Well, here in Freeport, you got a community of 100 of white people who pay, like Big George just say, pay all the motherfucking money, and they just put a Negro, smiley, shiny face ass queen, sitting up there. Y'all so about we gonna do this and this. As soon as they get elected, and going back to what I'm saying, I should have been the first person who had a nice upper echelon job in Freeport City. But you know why they don't want me? You know why they persecute? You know why I'm struggling today? Because I would not fucking bow down and sell out when I see the fuckers that they were actually involved in. When I realized that, oh, Mr. Such and such is city council member for District B, you really are controlled by motherfucking the owner of Willie's Knight.